everyone, my name is Timmy Treacle and welcome to another Top 10 list. Today I'm giving you my top 10 favorite movies to watch during the Halloween season. Now, there's so many movies out there that a lot of people watch that are different from others, but these are the movies I always go to. I always get that nostalgia and enjoyment of these movies. But I have a lot of honorable mentions I'm going to run through real quick. And those are Saw, Idle Hands, Nightmare on Elm Street, 1984, My Bloody Valentine, both versions, Sleepaway Camp, Creepshow 2, Poltergeist, the original, Cabin Fever, The Hills Have Eyes, both the remake and the original, Happy Birthday to Me, Friday the 13th, Part 1, and Scream, and a Scooby-Doo animated movie, Camp Scare. All very, very good horror movies. Just couldn't crack my top 10, but what did is my number 10, that is Hocus Pocus. Yes, for years I've been hearing a lot of things about Hocus Pocus. People either love it or hate it. My brother, my brother Todd, my niece Katie, and several others mentioned this movie to me, and I've seen bits and pieces of it before, but never watched the whole movie. Now, I have to admit, after watching the movie, I was sold. I thought it was really good. It's really enjoyable. It's got a great story, great characters, and it's just a fun time. It's something different to watch besides slasher movies, blood and guts, And I really, really enjoyed it. I believe it was 1993 when this came out, and I hear they're supposed to be making a sequel to this, and that'd be lots of fun too. But yeah, Hocus Pocus, number 10, easy. Number 9 is Friday the 13th, Part 2, 1981. This is my favorite Friday the 13th film in the franchise. This is the one I grew up watching the most, besides Part 1, 3, and 4. Part 2, I love Jason's look in this movie. And it's got my favorite final girl in the franchise too, Amy Steele, which I absolutely adore. She's so cute, the blonde hair, and she's badass. She's tough as nails, and I love her, and I love that movie. I have a favorite kill in there too. If you check out my Friday the 13th review, Part 2, you'll find that out. But yeah, it's an amazing movie, and the best in the franchise, in my opinion. Number 8 is Halloween 2 from 1981. This is a great sequel follow-up with the original Halloween. It actually takes place on the same night, just right after the events of the first movie. And even though it's got more gore in it than the first movie, it's still a great sequel. And I love what they did with this movie. I wanted Michael to insert his dominance and be stronger and tougher and just badass, and that's what we get in this movie. And we meet some new characters, yes, but Donald Pleasance, Jamie Lee Curtis, what more do you need, honestly? Coming at number 7 is Creepshow. Yes, this anthology of short stories by Stephen King put into a movie is freaking awesome. Stephen King himself is in one of these short movies, and it's fantastic. You have some very young actors in this movie. It's some good ones. Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen, like I said, Stephen King. But I love the stories. The first one is has to center around Mother's Day, and where's my cake? I want my cake. It's a classic. If you've seen the movie, you know where I'm coming from. And I love all the stories And even the last one, which I hate bugs, especially roaches, but even that one, it's just it's so good. It makes my skin crawl, but it's just so good. Um, if I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be the crate. Uh, there's this creature in this crate underneath the staircase, and this guy uses it to basically kill his wife because he's getting tired of her nagging and everything. And yeah, it's a great short story. There's a lot of good ones in there. Uh, Definitely a go-to. Even the sequel, I really enjoyed the Crucio Part Two. Now the third one, I'm not even going to discuss that because it's just garbage. But I love anthology horror movies, and yeah, it's definitely a go-to for me. So definitely check it out. Number six is a short film by the greatest trio of comedians ever, in my opinion. That is the Three Stooges. Yes, Mo Howard, Curly Howard, or Jerome Howard, and then Larry Fine. These three gentlemen um, revolutionized the slapstick comedy. And if you've never seen these guys in their short movies, definitely check them out. Either in black and white, and they now have them in color too. So check these guys out. The episode I am referring to now is considered to be one of Curly's uh, worst as far as his acting goes because he had some health problems towards the end of his career with the Stooges. And it shows a little bit in this movie, um, especially the last year that he was filming. Um, he was having, he smoked, drank, and was overweight. Uh, but he's still better in this short than a lot of comedians were during their time. He is by far the favorite of fans. My personal favorite is Larry Fine, but as the third Stooge, Curly was the Three Stooges. Mo and Larry would tell you that he was the Stooges. A lot of the things he did was improvised. There was really no script for him because he couldn't remember his lines, and so they would just turn the camera on and let him go. And go did he ever, because according to his brother Mo and his buddy Larry, he was the best at improvising a scene, and you never know what he was going to do. Now, the short film I'm referring to is If a Body Meets a Body. Freaking awesome. I love it. They did a lot of great, scary, short movies. They're about 15 minutes long, average, for each of them. And this is just fantastic. I watch the Stooges all the time. It's just amazing. Check them out. You're going to love them. Coming to number 5 is Monster Squad. Yes, Monster Squad. This is a cult classic. It has all your favorite monsters in it. You have Dracula. You have the Wolfman. You have Frankenstein. You even have a creature, I would say, from the Black Lagoon in it. And you have some other female vampires. But it has to do with Van Helsing and him trying to rid the world of Dracula once for all. And it has to set around these kids who are the Monster Squad. They're all in junior high. But it is a fun movie. I really hope they remake this. I think this is a movie that needs to be remade. Especially after what they did with Stephen King's It last year. But yeah, Monster Squad, definitely one of my go-to. I watch every Halloween. So definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Number 4 is a horror movie that's people would say is so bad that it's good. And that is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I love this movie. It's on my DVR. I watch it all the time. It's a simple movie about these clowns from outer space who land in this small town and are looking for their source of food, basically. And what they do is they shoot these this cotton candy guns and basically forms a cocoon around people, and they basically bleed them dry of their blood. They shoot popcorn at them. They throw pies at them that basically melt them down to their bones, and it's just a really, really funny horror movie. And there are a couple people in the movie that I recognize, but overall, it's a great movie to watch. It's not that scary, but if you don't like clowns, I don't recommend watching this movie. But overall, it's one of my favorites. One of the ones I go to every Halloween. So definitely check it out. It's a good time. You'll enjoy it. Number 3 is Trick or Treat. This is another anthology movie that I just watched this past Halloween, actually. And yeah, just amazing. I've said enough about anthology horror movies. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a great watch. I've seen it since I watched it the first time in October last year. I now have seen it 4 times. And it gets better and better every time I watch it. So check it out. That's Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat. There is a movie called Trick or Treat too, so don't get them confused. Number 2 is my favorite Rob Zombie movie. And I know he gets a lot of hate, but I really don't care because I love his movies. And my favorite is The Devil's Rejects. Yes, this by far, not only is it, there's some humor into it, but there's a great story, great characters, and it's a follow-up to House of a Thousand Corpses, and they're going to be making the 3rd movie for this trilogy, and I really hope it's the 3rd and final movie to basically close it off, and if they do that, I think it's going to be perfect. Actually, I think it's already perfect. I just can't wait for the 3rd movie. But The Devil's Rejects is one of my go-tos. It's on my DVR. I absolutely love the characters. Sherry Moon Zombie, Sid Haig, just awesome. And for those zombie movie haters, look, if you don't like his movies, then stop watching them. I think the only reason that they're doing it is they just want to bash it. If you don't like his movies, then why continue to watch them? That's one thing I don't understand. That kind of gets on my nerves. But Devil's Rejects, yes, great characters. Captain Spaulding, some great lines. It's Tutti fucking Fruity. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, definitely check out Devil's Rejects. It is a great time and a great horror movie. And of course, coming to number 1, if this is not your number 1 on most people's list, then they don't know a good horror movie. My number 1 is 1978's Halloween, John Carpenter classic. Deborah Hill worked on it, and she actually co-wrote it with John Carpenter. John Carpenter's score, direction, everything about this movie is perfect. I've talked to death about this movie, so I'm not going to talk how much more, but it is my number 1 go-to movie every year for Halloween movies to watch from October 1st to October 31st. And yeah, that is my top 10 movies to watch during the Halloween season. So in the comment section below, tell me, what are some of your favorites to watch during the month of October? Did you agree with my list? Did you not agree with it? What do you think should be in the top 10? Or just give me your top 10. I would love to see those. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit the like button if you like this video, and be sure to share my videos with family and friends so we get more and more people talking. I would love to hear some feedback from everybody. But other than that, I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Check you later.